Hey guys, we are live, it looks like. All right, very cool. Today's gear for the 12th day Lather games is Apogee from Declaration Grooming. It's a brand new one that I haven't even tried out yet. And I have a Declaration brush. It's a B with a low-borne handle, I believe. Yeah, low-borne supply handle. A lot of theirs, I really like the ergonomics and the look of theirs. And then just because this is a wonderful shaver, the Stahly Live Blade, and it's that wind up that vibrates, and it is just a nice head. Even if you disassemble it from this razor and put it on a normal handle, it's a head that shaves very well. And of course, I'm using my Nasset blade, and we are looking at shave number 389. So the next time we shave with it, we'll have a 39 as the first two characters. How about that? That is just nuts. And so here's the blade. I wish I'm afraid this is kind of an old webcam and it doesn't autofocus. Oh wait, sorry, that's not the side with the dots and the etching. There we go. All right, so this, if I start my live shave, hey Peter, welcome sir. If I start my live shave this late, then you know I'm in trouble and I've got to go fast because I've got an hour and a half to shave and put in my shave of the day report. And the challenge, and here's what the razor looks like. It's got a floating head design to work with the vibration, and it holds the blade well. Feels nice. Now I don't know if it's going to feel great with the old Nasset in it, but we'll see. For the first pass, I'm going to use the vibrating feature. With this one, I'm fortunate in that it does work, but it's kind of gimmicky. And so I generally don't use it, but I have a hat on today because I've had a hat on all day long, and I don't feel like taking it off and trying to arrange my hair, right? I did soak this brush. This is the B4 knot, and it does have a little bit of gelling to it, but it's not too much. It's like the perfect amount of gelling for me. And I've got the notes on Apogee, so we can talk about that when it comes time. I just got it in. So many of the Declaration soaps, the latest ones like Bangarang and something like Sound and Light. There's another one. There's several that I got. I think I would really enjoy them as splashes or colognes and not really so much shave soaps because they were so low strength. I think that was my biggest complaint with them. And so just in case this one is like that, why don't I scoop it instead of loading it up? Because then, and it's very soft. I mean, you could argue that this is a cream, to be honest with you. But the milk steak is a good performer. And but if this scent strength is kind of low, then I'll probably won't keep it around. Just because, I mean, we are blessed with having so many good. Yeah, this is a cream. Very soft. I don't need to be picky about pressing it into the bottom of the bowl. Just putting it in there. And I'm pretty sure I'm using more than a quarter teaspoon. But milk steak's not too bad in terms of economy. You know, you're not going to waste a ton of soap. You're not going to have to use a ton just to get a good lather. All right, so the Stahly, and will be our razor. We'll see how it works. I've got my 40 milliliters of water in my jigger. I've shaken most of the water out. Let's just start working here. And we'll talk about the scents of Apogee. And this is one I did a blind buy on. partly because I do like to support Scott and his business. I think what he's doing is quality work, and he's great for the community with his brushes and soaps and stuff. So Apogee, I bought it because the scent notes sound really good to me. White musk, salt, neroli, petitgrain, Hawaiian sandalwood, and cannabis. And all of those just are in a lot of my favorite soaps. And so I thought I couldn't go wrong with Apogee. And you never know when a soap's going to come out and then not be out for a while because it becomes popular or something like that. And I just felt like going ahead and pulling the trigger on Apogee. And so while I'm using the Darkfall EDP today as a part of the Lather games, the finisher, because Darkfall is just one of my favorites. I could have used Admiral. I like Admiral and Darkfall. Those are some of my favorite scents. And then there also happen to be Declaration Grooming. Today is Declaration Grooming Day. They are a vendor that participates highly in the wet shaving subreddit that we're doing the Lather games in here. And I believe this is chat's choice. So on IRC, on the chat, this is maybe the vendor that got the most votes there. And so that's why Declaration gets its very own day. Unfortunately, it also means that I can't, if I want to get the 29 soapers point, that I can't use Declaration on any other day. And that's a downside of that particular point, but you know, it's all right. Milkstick usually mixes up pretty quick. I have mixed it up where it felt a little slow on my razor, but then I've also done well with it and been happier. And so I think it's just me getting tuned into it, you know. It's a good base. And it is one of the new breed that has skin benefiting features to it. Moisturization, that sort of thing. Mike Rose, welcome. Hey, man. Now, Mike, are you the one that has to go to bed, you know, and wake up early? And so you might have to say hi and then leave. I have got to do this shave and then write it up and then get to bed. I was just having so much fun with my kids today. We watched some movies, hung out, went out to eat, and watching Captain America. My son had not seen the original Captain America. And then we also watched, what was that other, Age of Ultron with the Avengers. All right, this lather looks pretty close. Let's just go ahead and let's put a little bit more water. Okay, good, Mike. Very good, but at least I was remembering correctly. I know I mistook you or Refined Edge. I think maybe you guys have similar icons or something like that. Maybe your mannerisms or something are the same. Sometimes it's hard to tell people apart. I'm glad that we have the thumbnail avatars, because that really helps us content creators to interact with people, and it helps our memory to keep track of folks. Zachary is here. Very cool. We've got several guys. All three of you guys are that have chatted are ones that have been with me this journey. Oh, now the scent coming up here, it's starting to hit me now, and it is making it up to my nose. It's not a very loud scent. Let's see what I'm smelling now. I'm smelling those orange notes. Now off the puck, I was smelling the kind of a smooth sandalwood. That's giving way to something right now. I bet that comes back a little bit toward the once these top notes have burned off. Maybe I smell the salt. The musk is something also I think I was picking up earlier. Okay, I just can't help but put just a little more water in. Okay, so Zachary revived a flat top synthetic. Cool. I have a flat top boar brush that I recently got in from eBay. Long bristles. I did a test lather with it, and it more is comfortable because the bristles just kind of lay over. It's a whole different breed. You know, back when those boar bristles were just really long. A Beau Brummel brush from a number of years ago. Yeah, okay, there we go. All right. All right, get my face wet. Put my scent notes over there. I forgot to wet my face prior to the shave because I guess I'm in just a bit of a hurry. All right. Here we go. Danny, welcome, sir. Oh, received a flat top, not revived. Roger that. Flat top synthetic. Yeah, I do not have any flat tops that have any density to them that might offer some kind of different experience. Oh, let me read to you I read the scent notes to you, but while I'm working this first pass in, Scott says, this is clean and confident. The peak of modern masculinity. Perfect whether you're heading to the hardware store on the weekend or sitting on top of a rocket waiting to launch into orbit, determined to annoy your co-pilot with your cologne. Creative verbiage there, because he'll be wishing he'd bought it instead of you. So he uses words like clean, confident, peak of modern masculinity. Yeah, we're not talking about, leathery notes, Old Spicy kind of stuff. And so modern masculinity, I think, definitely applies. It is. I am feeling some of those bright citrus notes. I could definitely see this being a pretty enjoyable cologne. It is kind of zesty. Definitely the opposite of Darkfall that is going to be coming later in the shave as the Frag. Could have added a little bit more water, but you know what? I bet it'll level out nicely during the shave. All right. I would work it a little bit more, but I'm in a bit of a rush. Yeah, that was a stretchy. Mike, the Lather is a new soap to me. It's a milk steak soap from Declaration Grooming, and it's called Apogee. It's maybe the newest that he's got. The razor we're using is the Stahly Live Blade razor, and let's go ahead and it's a bit cumbersome to crank up, but it does usually last a whole pass. It's hard to crank. There we go. Maybe you can hear it. But it works fine without cranking it. Oh, it's moving without any tugging. The head is actually really nice, and so if a person ever wanted to buy it, even if it doesn't work, and put the head on a standard Maggard's handle or something like that, then that would be just fine. It's a neat design. Still going. Many of them on eBay don't work. I happen to find one in good condition. This is a very comfortable shave. It almost makes me think that it's not cutting too many hairs, so we'll just have to see. And there we go. And the vibration timed out right then. One time I did a really fast pass, and it was annoying because I had this vibrating razor to try to sit on the counter somewhere and hope it wouldn't vibrate off the counter. Rinse. Yeah, this is a kind of a bright type of cologne-y type scent. So what did Scott say? Peak of modern masculinity, clean. Yeah, it does have a clean feel to it. Perfect whether you're heading to the hardware store. I don't know. It may be a little too, I might think it'd be a little too bright for a hardware store. Maybe a pharmacy. Or whether you're sitting on top of a rocket waiting to launch into orbit, determined to annoy your co-pilot with your cologne. I don't really find it's too annoying. It's so clean and kind of fresh. I think it would be enjoyable by other people. Because he'll be, oh, well, okay, because he'll be wishing he bought it instead of you. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. It's, oh, that's where they get the apogee name, the reference to the space system, the rocketry, trajectory type verbiage there. Interested to see if the brightness of the scent kind of smooths out. I don't think it's definitely masculine. It's definitely not floral. Nothing coming through that's kind of feminine smelling. We'll see by the end of the shave if it transforms and tells us something else, you know. Maybe if that sandalwood comes into play more. I definitely smelled it more when it was a dry puck. The vibration, you don't really feel it too much. I mean, you do, but it just kind of works. So here it is without vibration. It's a chunky handle. It's got a lot of weight to it. I think the vibration does mask a little bit of the feel of the blade, and so that's probably why it made it to production, because it does do that. It does give you a different feel. But I've seen so many reviews on it where they said the vibration didn't really, do anything. It would be a good experiment to see maybe if with an older blade, if that vibration caused you to get a closer shave in certain areas. But see, they have this leaf spring system on both sides under the razor here that actually may prevent some of the vibration in getting to the actual blade itself, and because it acts as a damper. And so I wouldn't be surprised if it was kind of full gimmick in that sense, but not as much, as you're feeling some vibration in your hand, but not quite as much as actually getting to the blade. And I would assume that would be the point, right? Rinse. Well, we are getting, the stubble is gradually reducing. That's the second pass. This is a peppy, zesty lather. White musk, salt, neroli, petitgrain, sandalwood, and cannabis. I don't know that I'm picking up too much of the cannabis. That and the sandalwood right now are being overshadowed by the kind of the bright citrus. I don't think, because the brightness is what it is at this stage, I don't think I would probably enjoy this as a cologne or as a splash. It might be a little too bright for me, a little too sharp. All right, third pass. Yep, razor's moving more easily as we go here. Because we are reducing the stubble. Pretty easy and natural to find the shaving angle. This is the one I almost lost, and then I discovered it was in a corner of my shave bag that kind of turned and went under the bag that I didn't know existed. And it's a real heavy razor, and so it's difficult with this one to keep that light touch. The weight is also, like it does with any heavy razor, is going to make it feel smoother because of the inertia It's just going to kind of push itself through the hair, and you won't feel it as much. If you've never had a heavy razor, it's something to try. Go buy a big old bulky handle, something like that, you know, and give it a shot. It's a neat experience. Okay. A Gillette cartridge razor that vibrated. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there were definitely some of those. Yeah. The carts. Well, the thing about the milk steak, I'm getting nice skin conditioning. It's not a priority for me, but it is. I do enjoy it when I have it. Plenty of lather in that little bit more than a quarter teaspoon that I scooped. Still have plenty. Yeah, guys, remember, wasn't there a Gillette razor that they put out that they heated up the razor or something like that in the last few years, I think? This brush is phenomenal. I love the nice soft tips, the easy splay, and it does have enough backbone to a medium backbone to focus those nice tips at you instead of letting them fall over. It's a B4. I think that's my favorite batch. I think they're on B11 or B12 now. All right. Fourth pass. This will be my last one. And then I'll do it against the grain right here as I've been doing. And these cheeks just don't take very much time to take care of. So sometimes I lather them up when I really don't need to. Purposefully bringing my shoulder down and my chin up and away to help keep my skin kind of tight but not overly stretched. And now the ATG. We'll see how that goes. See how well this razor does that. Not bad. I could do that every day. That's really pretty good. And then if we want to do a little touch up here, we can kind of put a little more lather around. And there we go. All right, very good. Pretty comfy. We'll just have to see how the rest of the face feels. Get a good rinse on here. All right, very nice. Zachary, I feel your pain. I feel your pain with the clogging. That's actually what started me with single edge shaving, with DE shaving with the safety razors. I saw the one in Walmart that was a Vanderhagen, and I bought it because I thought surely this thing can't clog up. That was my main reason for getting started in this hobby, because I was so frustrated. I didn't enjoy shaving, and so I had that multi-blade cart, and so I'd wait every 3 days to shave or something, and of course it would clog up, and it would first stroke, and I felt like, well, crap, it's like I need 8 razors to shave because it would clog and be so hard to unclog, right? And so we're going to put on a Puzzle from 2019, a very nice scent. It does have stuff to kind of match with the sandalwood that I kind of wished was a little more dominant here. The brightness of the lather has backed off a little bit, or I'm getting nose blind to it. The sandalwood's not really perking up, or the musk is not really perking up too much. This is non-mentholated, so but it is alcohol splash. I like it a lot. It's got tonka in it, or vanilla or something like that. Rosemary was a mystery ingredient that most people did not guess when we had this contest. I liked it quite a bit. But yeah, my carts were getting clogged up like crazy, so I tried that double-edged razor, and the rest is history. I just thoroughly enjoyed it. It never clogged up. The Vanderhagen soap, I ran through it, used it all up, and had a great time. And then fast forward a few years later, here we are. Okay, you know, I have heard a few people mention the leaf razor when they're talking about head shaving. Now, in terms of closeness, how do we do today? It's a close shave. I wouldn't say it's very close. It's definitely presentable for a job, for most jobs. Well, the reason it was really comfy is it wasn't getting cutting it quite as closely as some of the other razors that we have. But it's pretty close. It's passable. It's a good effort. And it was comfortable while doing it. So I'll take that. So now we will disassemble. Maybe I'll do a macro video where like I did with my blade the other day, on how the mechanism behind the Stahly works. There are definitely some history buffs that might enjoy seeing that firsthand if they're never able to get a hold of an actual razor themselves. All right, so put my blade over there, pat it dry, and I've got a little over an hour, about an hour and 15 minutes to post my shave of the day. Oh yeah, okay, before we hit the Darkfall, I think the Darkfall is going to mix okay with the puzzle. I think that's going to be good. How much water did we use? I think we're looking at 18 milliliters. 18 milliliters, and I think that lather was pretty perfect. It was a little thick at the first, but leaving a little bit of water on my face, leveled it out as we predicted. And then that was a little bit more than a quarter teaspoon of soap. Let me rinse the soap out and see if we have excess in the bowl. If some avoided getting added into the lather. No, looks like it all got picked up, so that's pretty cool. A little bit of rinsing here. And I'll sign off pretty quick tonight so I can go get my SOTD and get some sleep. I'm here with the kids over the weekend, so I want to make sure I don't oversleep too much and get to enjoy them. Time for you guys to ask any questions that you might have. So the Apogee, I could definitely use it on a day-to-day basis, I think. It's possible I would get annoyed with it a little bit. Some of the other notes that I was hoping would show up never really came to the front of the line, like the sandalwood, the musk. The cannabis always stayed kind of in the background, I think. But as always, it performed well, like milk steak does. And it's the neroli and the petitgrain, I think, are probably the two notes that were in front and center most of the time. They're common notes in shaving, of course, and a nice bright citrus. And it would be pleasant to be around somebody who smelled like that. So I think it's generally a good scent. Very cool. Oh, brush soap cup is that wee yogurt from Yoplait. I need to go buy another thing of yogurt so that I have two of these. I can have one here and one in my other place, and I don't have to carry it around. It's a little bulky in my gear. So this was use number 389 on the Nasset. Still comfortable on my face, no tugging for this shave. All right, so let's hit the Darkfall. Peter, roger that. It's good to have you. Right. Bye for now. And we'll do, I am continuing to enjoy keeping the, oh, that scent just wafted up at me. Oh, that's nice. Oh man, that's so good. This is one that I'm a big fan of. Oh, so heavy and juicy. It's kind of the opposite of the apogee. It's thick and very manly, not modern manly. It's old time manly. It's lumberjack and cigars in the lounge manly. So nice. All right. I think we're good. Excellent, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in. This is Sugar Daddy Shaves and Peter and Danny and Mike and Zachary. Thank you so much for tuning in and chatting a little bit. And we did have a few other people that were on the horn as well. Thank you so much for joining. And I don't know if I'll be able to keep up the live shaves all month, but we'll give it a shot. And there we go with Apogee. And I love the Puzzle 2019 aftershave, and the Darkfall is a very big, thick love of mine, and the B4. And I just wanted to have fun and bring the Stahly into play, and he was enjoyable as well. B4 is one of my favorites, and it was a Declaration knot, so that's why I wanted to try to make sure I used a Declaration knot on Declaration Day. So very good, and I think we're good. I think we're all right. As Peter would say, bye for now. Take care. Good night.